guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are doing a plant pot and planter tour. I often get the question, where do I buy my pots? And my answer to that is anywhere and everywhere that sells white pots that has clean lines and affordable. So that could be anywhere from your big box stores like IKEA, Walmart, Canadian Tire, Home Depot or Lowe's, or your local nursery and plant shops, or even like home decor and furniture shops. Personally, for me, the reason why I went down the white pot and clean lines look is because I wanted to make sure that the pot itself doesn't take away from the beautiful plants that I want to place them in. And for me, anything as simple like this Cebu Blue, a very, very small plant right now, only has 2 little vines, but this 4-inch clean look pot that I have it in just looks really beautiful and really stunning, really highlighting that foliage, and I really want to make sure it has that contrast. So that's kind of reasons why I personally went there, and also just to make sure it kind of fits as well with my place. And for those of you guys who's new to plant parenthood, here's a little bit of a lesson. When you buy a plant, they typically come in a nursery pot like this, black, green, and whatnot, and they do have drainage holes because that is critical and key to a healthy plant. When you water your plant, you want to make sure that that water drains through. Most decorative pots do not have drainage holes. So a common mistake that most newbies make is they remove their pot from the nursery container and plant it directly in a decorative pot that does not have drainage holes. They then water their plant and that water has nowhere to go but sit in the soil. It'll eventually create root rot on your plant and your plant will die. So oftentimes what I like to do is I like to keep them in nursery containers, and if I need to repot, I move it up to a bigger size and then I place it in a decorative pot. Some people drill holes in the decorative pot if you don't have them, and there's a lot of tutorials online, whether on YouTube or on Google and whatnot, that you can find to help you create those drainage holes. But for me, it's just a little bit easier to have your plant in the nursery container and place it in the decorative pot, so that way when you are watering, you can just easily remove it, allow that water to drain through, and then place it back. So that's just a bit of a quick lesson for the newbies out there, but without further ado, let's go ahead and start this tour. Again, we're going to focus more on the pots, the plant stands, and the plant shelves I have, and show you guys a little bit of the plants that's in them. So let's go. All right, guys, so I think we're gonna start the tour here in the living room, and this is my media unit that I got from CB2, and the plant pots I have on the top of it are mostly 4-inch in size. So you'll find there the classic IKEA pot. And you'll find this throughout my place in different sizes. Once I like a pot, I gotta make sure I have them in different sizes because you guys know I have a lot of plants. But you got my ZZ Raven there. My Alocasia Silver Dragon is actually in this CPG pot set. So I used to sell pots, and this has that glazed, glossy look. Clean lines, also has a drainage hole, and comes with a bamboo saucer, and it was a part of a 3-piece set. I don't know if I want to bring that back again. We'll see. But this is a pot from Canadian Tire. I love the shape of it. So Canadian Tire is a local, kind of like a big box store, not as big as like a Walmart or like a Home Depot and whatnot. But yeah, so I have a couple of those, like the Cebu Blue. You guys can see, I just love the way this contrasting of that, light green and white color to it. And even as simple as like, this is a small plant, it just looks so good like that. You have also my Maculata, my begonia in there, my jewel orchid. My special angel wing is, this pot is from a convenience store where I buy some of my plants, 21/7 Market. So oftentimes whenever I check out plants, I gotta check out their pots and planters, see what they got. This guy right here is from Structube, and I have my string of hearts there right now. And what I like about this one is it has that like cracked paint to it, so it looks pretty cool. And it has kind of those circular balls around it. So, all right guys, so below my media unit, you'll find more of the larger plants. And obviously you guys can see there, I have those classic IKEA pots just in a larger size. I think that is an 8-inch, where you're gonna find my Sansevieria whale fins, the ponytail palm, and this guy right here where the Ficus Audrey is in, that is actually a pot I got from Structube. Again, I love this crack look that it's got going on right now, the diamond pattern. Makes it look really different. The design isn't too busy where it takes away from kind of that, simple classic look I like. And then on this corner, you're gonna find this plant stand I got from Amazon, where I have my golden pothos in that classic IKEA pot. And man, I'm really loving this guy. It's also climbing on this like moss pole I got from Amazon. So I'll provide a link in the description below. And I know this is a plant pot tour, but I'm really loving how big these leaves are getting. So I think it's helping because I'm getting this guy to climb up. But yeah, back to the pots. So you have here my, Peperonia prostrata, classic IKEA pot. And then these two guys right here, This is actually from CB2, and I like this. There's actually a third piece that comes with it, so it was a 3-piece set. But I do like the pattern on it. The only thing with this is it's not glaze or gloss, so when it gets dirty, it's very hard to clean. And then down here you have my Zenzi, and this pot I got from a nursery that doesn't exist here anymore called Plant World, and I really liked it because they had a lot of good pots like this, just different patterns. So in this corner, you'll find more of the larger plants. I have my aloe here, for example. In this pot I got from Canadian Tire, I like this kind of concrete look it has. This is actually the only plant I have that's not planted directly into a plastic container. It's actually planted directly into this decorative pot, so I am mindful when I water this guy. Back there is a larger size of that IKEA pot, and I have my Philly fig as well as my bird of paradise in one of those as well. So again, that's the reason why I like this, because it's hard to find huge like white pots of this size to fit a lot of these bigger plants that I have. And then in this corner, you're gonna find that classic IKEA pot, Oxalis triangularis. Look at that, the purple and white combination. Really, really loving it. And even against this wandering jewel, look at it, so beautiful. Come on, how can you not love that? Just kidding. But you have my moonshine in that Canadian Tire pot, Sansevieria, and I actually added some river rocks on it, so it makes it look really cool. And yeah, on the coffee table, you're gonna find, again, another one of those CPG pot set that I used to sell, where my Trubii is in. And this pot right here, I actually got at a nursery, I think Valley View, and I really like this. I actually use it as more of a storage for like my remotes, my water meter, and so on. So you guys can actually use it. It has many, many uses, not just for your plants. And then I have my Regal Shield here. Also got this guy from, I think, Valley View. And I like this because it has those like blue speckles on it. So I thought that was really nice and cute. So yeah. And then back here, you'll find classic IKEA pots, my pineapple pot that I got from CB2. And then where you're seeing my Thai Constellation Monstera, this guy right here. Ooh, okay. So this is actually one of my favorite pots. It is from Walmart, and I love this like herringbone pattern on it. And this is in the 10-inch size. I also have, I think, a 6-inch where you're gonna see my pearls and jade, which is right here. Yeah, so there you guys have it. So yeah, for the most part, that is what's here. And then on my little dining room table here, you got my ZZ Raven, and it is in this pot I got from Structube. Again, very similar. I love that glazed cracked paint look it's got going on with those little circles. Adds a bit of texture, but not so much that it removes away from the plant itself. And then on my little wine rack here that I got from CB2, you got my coffee plant with a mug. This came together. I think I got this from IKEA. And then there's that Canadian Tire pot where I have my variegated Sansevieria. And then this guy where my ZZ plant is in, it came with the pot and the stand, and I think I got this from West Elm. So yeah, so that is kind of a plant pot tour of the living room. We're gonna quickly go upstairs and show you guys what I got going on there. So for the most part, the pots you guys will see in my bedroom are gonna be very similar to the ones you saw downstairs. Just might be slightly different, like that. Again, there's that IKEA pot. This is that same pot I got from Structube in a smaller size, and I got my Crimson Princess on it, which, by the way, has this new growth and it's pink. So exciting. Hoyas are interesting. Out of nowhere, they're just gonna shoot out some growth and you're like, where did you come from? And then I think I got this one from Canadian Tire as well. It's squared, but that's where I got my, I guess, Snow Queen. And there's that other part of the CB2 one. Now I got this bookshelf from EQ3, but you guys can probably find something similar at your local furniture or big box stores and whatnot. But this neon pothos is in a pot I got from IKEA, and I like that little square pattern it's got going on. Again, it looks beautiful against this neon bright colored pothos that's trailing down. This little guy right here I got from Plant World, where I have my samurai in, and again, I love that origami shape it's got going on. Not so busy, not so much. One of the only pots that I have that's not white, similar to the one you guys saw in, where I got my Crimson Princess and the, what was the one downstairs? Well, oh, the Ficus Audrey. So it's a similar pot, just in gray, and I have my Peperomia Parallel. Same pot as the neon pothos. I got my jade satin syndapsis there. This is part of that 3-piece set from CB2. Again, not glazed, so it's hard to clean when it gets dirty, but I have my Dischidia there. And then I got this syndapsis in that pot from Canadian Tire. IKEA pot, Canadian Tire pot, and more IKEA pots. And over here with my Ficus elasticas, so again, I have the Ruby and the Tineki in these big pots from IKEA, different sizes. But this burgundy that I have here, this is actually one of my favorite pots. The only thing with it is it's kind of shallow, but I love the drum shape and look it's got going on. It actually has a drainage hose and a saucer to capture the water. I have it on this plant stand I got from StrucTube. But yeah, it's only a bit shallow, but that's where I got my burgundy going on right now. So that is kind of the pots that's on the shelf, and we're gonna go to this one. So I got this little plant shelf again from Amazon, but on top of it, you'll find these pots, this, and these are from Plant World. Again, I kind of wish that nursery was still around because I really do like their pots. I thought they had a lot of the ones I like. And you'll find usually my Hoyas, my Macrophylla, the Parasticiata, I think. And yeah, and then this guy is actually part of a hanging planter. I just didn't want to hang it, but I got my variegated string of hearts there. I think I got this from StrucTube. This, again, part of that Plant World pots collection. Got my string of pearls. And then you got these Canadian Tire pots where I have my Vietnam and Sunrise Hoyas. And then this originally was my Echevarria. This guy, again, is from StrucTube, so similar to what you guys saw downstairs. I have the Hoya Matilde there. And again, I got that Canadian Tire pot. On this StrucTube plant stand, that's where I got this cylindrical in. And then, again, that CB2 pot that's not glazed, hard to clean. By the way, look at the new growth. Oh, I'm so excited for this guy. And then more Canadian Tire pots where I got the shingling Rhaphidophora Hayi. And then over here, you have that pot, similar to what you saw downstairs with the ZZ Raven. I got the Clarinervium in there. And then these guys are part of that CPG pot set. This is actually the new size I'm trying to get, where I have my Dragon Wing, and I got these guys there. So that is a plant pot tour of my bedroom. So there you guys have it. That's just a quick tour of the different types of pots and planters I have most of my plants in. Again, just my personal preference to use the white, clean lines look. You can always use, terracotta pots or keep it a little bit more uniform if you'd like. I think the key thing always is to make sure that your plants are planted in a container or decorative pot that has drainage holes, because you don't want to water your plant and then cause root rot and then have your plant die. But yeah, let me know if there was anything you guys liked or didn't like. I'll comment below. Other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.